What's happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to another prolific episode of PWT Pro Wrestle Times podcast. Yeah. Your boy Phil Marks is here. Your boy Hairline is here. Give me a hell yeah. It was coming. He's just loading it up. Folks, how you doing, man? This is the very special Elimination Chamber review show. We, of course, got a little headlines because you can't go a day in wrestling without a headline here or there. But first, let me plug some stuff. www.patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes. Shout out Reggie Rodriguez, Mark Q, the Mark, Ashley B, Russ Paxton, Chris Killis, Cruz Madrid. There's a gentleman, Derek Desirac Uchia, I think you subbed, or maybe it expired, I don't know, but we'll shout you out anyways. Yeah, you all get it, yeah.
Actually subbing at one point.
So and at Pro Wrestle Times everywhere there is a thing to follow. Subscribe on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe if you want to support the channel. Over on Pro Wrestle Clips, there are YouTube memberships, so I think for 99 cents you can just sign up. That's a great way to support too. If you don't want to I don't want to get the Patreon, you can just sign up on YouTube membership, and then you also get everything I upload early. Like when I upload it, it goes from members to public. I was trying that out there. So yeah, I think it's 99 cents. So just try that out. I'm trying to get more content, guys. You know, my brother works a lot. You know, we've been ramping up the shows, the guests. We've been ramping up, just trying to fucking get everything going. But yeah, as far as like the bonus content and all that, it's just a matter of just keep supporting the channel, and then we'll get more of that as it goes, because then it permits me more time to do that. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, leave a star, leave a comment, tell us we suck. Whatever you got to do, it helps. Thank you so much. So I think that's all the plugs. Hairline, how are you doing, man? How's your weekend been? How was your weekend, rather? A weird one with the Elimination Chamber being in Australia, hey?
Yeah, oh yeah. So I had to work here. Here we go. I had to work all weekend, bud. So I unfortunately was getting up for work as the kickoff was starting, so I had to go through my work day and made sure to stay off social media. Not that I'm really on my phone at work, but you know what I'm saying. But it was stay off the fucking internet, not fuck around on any of that shit till I got home. Got home and turned on the chamber and whatnot. So
yeah, I avoided every and all spoilers because I knew I was gonna watch it later. I was just like, I'm busy. Yep. I got shit going on. I'll do this and that, and then I'll just catch it later. Watch it at and I started watching it in the afternoon, maybe 2 or 3 p.m. my time. And then I just live tweeted as I would any event, but as I watched it, and it was great because for once I avoided every single fucking spoiler. But not that this was a problem. It was still a great event, but I literally called every single winner of every single match on this show and laid out the WrestleMania. You guys, you're gonna figure it out as we go along here, but listen to PWT, because motherfucker, if you want spoilers, because if I didn't lay out WrestleMania, Jesus Christ. Before we get into the Elimination Chamber and the winners and losers from that, we got to talk about our favorite loser. No, I don't know who call it Dave. Dave Meltzer. And this is Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week, even though there's more than one a week. So Hairline, have you been paying attention to Meltzer lately? This guy's spiraling out of control. He's clearly it's like the biases or the page shillness is clearly just out in the open at this point, and he's just taken so much L's, and especially when it comes to WWE. We say it all the time on the show. He doesn't know shit about WWE, period. He never does. And then AEW likes to stooge to him, so that's why he gets shit right about them. Hairline, have you heard, you were saying off pod, obviously, you're like, dude, he's taken more L's than ever. You're like, so I'm curious to see what the L of the week will be. And it's hard to keep up, honestly, because there's more than one a week, this segment.
For real.
Did you ever, 10 years ago, did you ever take him seriously?
Well, okay, so before AEW, he was just the New Japan mark to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I didn't take him seriously or that unserious, you know what I'm saying? But it was just all like he was a very niche demo and all that, and then all this AEW shit happened and like, ugh.
Or like
It
it's
was
just like you didn't even think about it the way we do now because he's all up in our
right,
face because the internet. Do you
right.
think that's what
Yeah,
it is?
there you go. Yeah,
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 because he really cultivated that, like, because like I said, I was on NoDQ.com, and that was like a message board early on, dude. To me, I feel like that's what Dave cultivated. Like he literally siphoned off all of those people, and they just like worship what he said because he was all up in there. And now what he says is just up in
right.
everyone's face. And people say like, don't let his star ratings and his what he has to say bother you. And it's like we don't here at Pro Wrestle Times, dude. We turned it into a
He's a
segment
joke.
and laugh at his ass. Called Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week, which we're going to play this clip for Meltzer. And I want you guys to tell us what you think about this in the comments or wherever you can too, because there's nothing more than I love when I post these videos and I'm reading the comments of what people say about Dave, dude. But anyways, this is per at Meltzer said what. He quotes Meltzer and says, for whatever reason, poor people don't like AEW. And then Meltzer said what continues to say, Dave, with his ever-shrinking list of sources, had to burst one out of his favorite data points, i.e. the only thing he still has access to, the good old-fashioned traditional pay-per-view buy numbers, which, like, don't mean shit. This is why WWE and UFC don't do pay-per-view anymore, guys. They have ESPN. Like, they do pay-per-view. They do. But it's like pay-per-view. Like, you sign up to ESPN Plus or Peacock or whatever, and then you get it as well. You pay like a premium on ESPN Plus, and then you also get the pay-per-view because they're trying to move away from that model. But yeah, here's what Dave had to say. I guess poor people only watch WWE and don't like AEW.
I actually got a listing just this week of essentially all the pay-per-view buys by state from TNA, WWE, and AEW. And it's very interesting because I think the one thing that's most interesting is for WWE pay-per-views, okay, the people who still buy on pay-per-view, they are most successful in states where the average income is the lowest. You would think that.
Okay, so it took 7 minutes to get there, guys, but what he just said was WWE's more popular in the States, and you can tell he's hesitant to even say this because he knows it's bullshit, and he knows that what point does this make? The only point this makes is that with how hot WWE is and AEW isn't, the only point this proves is that even poor people are willing to reach in their pockets to watch what WWE's got going on, dude. So you're a fucking idiot, like rich people or more well-off people, however the fuck this is the dumbest conversation ever, but they are more inclined to just buy whatever and throw on whatever pay-per-view, right? So all you're doing is pointing out that there's just people willing to okay, the same people who buy AEW pay-per-views, I guarantee they also buy WWE pay-per-views. But also a bunch of poor people or lesser income people are buying WWE pay-per-views as well, more prevalently. Why? Because it's more affordable and it's way hotter right now. Do you understand? Right. So all he's doing is making AEW. It doesn't even make AEW. It just makes him look fucking stupid because all this is doing is just highlighting like that you're reaching and scratching and clawing for any little. What does this? So poor people bad, Dave? So you're an elitist. This is that elitist, gatekeepy, weird mentality that they've created about AEW that's driven so many people off. So sorry, I had to pause and just say that there. But yeah, let's continue. He's got some facts, possibly. I doubt it.
The lowest. You would think that people who would pay $60 for a pay-per-view would probably come from more affluent states than the ones who pay whatever, Peacock is $9.99, I think again, or $8. Maybe it's I think it's $8.
Yeah, Dave, do you get it? Oh man, he's so fucking stupid. Let's just let him talk himself into a grave. I can.
Get it, right? But it's obviously nothing. But it's just interesting. But for AEW, it's the opposite. AEW, the more affluent the state is, the better they do on pay-per-view. And Oklahoma, where they were tonight, is one of the states.
Yeah, so this is ready. There's more affluent people in California, so they just throw on whatever pay-per-views, dude. and they just buy pay-per-views. Whereas Peacock in California costs $25, and the motherfucker probably just has Peacock and can throw WWE on there. But with AEW, they don't have that option, which is why Tony Khan's desperate to go to streaming, and which is why you're a fucking idiot for even pointing this out. Are you following what I'm saying, Hairline? Like, Jesus Christ.
For sure.
Okay, because it's just like, what is this idiot talking about? Literally, you're a dumb fucking schmarmy elitist fuck. Jesus Christ. Taylor Swift, The Rock, 3,000 people.
WWE does
it was great
on pay-per-view. There are a lot of states, and this really does correlate. You know, I mean, when I looked at the states
that a lot of states
performs the worst on pay-per-view.
Oh yeah,
they've been running all these shows, and WWE's doing great in those states.
Oh, they're doing great
Pay-per-view, amazingly enough. So it's
it's
amazingly not. Like, all he's pointing out is how hot WWE is. Oh, it's amazing. Even in the poor states, WWE's killing it on pay-per-view right now, Doug. Davey Wavy, man.
Different places and different audiences that are buying the pay-per-views, and
pay-per-views.
Probably, you know, I mean, it's an interesting thing, you know, like where they're more popular and where they're not. But I think that, like, they need to be going
affluent elite wrestling. That's the new name of it.
States with the highest income, because that's where AEW's popularity is also the highest. For whatever reason, you know.
Okay, but Dave, they do that, and then even when they did the fucking, they were in California, and they drew not even 2,000 people to see the Bucks. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what they do, Dave, and they're not drawing houses, and it's not making money. So why don't they come out and support the show? Well, because, Dave, rich people just throw pay-per-views on, bro. Have you ever just gone to like a rich buddy's house and they throw a pay-per-view? Or what about, you don't even have to be rich. There's just people who throw pay-per-views on. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even a rich thing. It's not even really that. It's just like, do you have an extra $50? Yeah, I like wrestling. I'll throw it on while I have people over, and even if they're not watching the TV, we're playing beer pong and chilling, and the fucking pay-per-view's on or whatever, dude. Like, it's not like this crazy thing. So I don't know, man. Yeah, that's just I don't know. What do you think about all this, Hairline?
He's just droning on, man, like Tony does.
It just puts
yeah. There's a lot of states. Yeah, we know there's 51 of them. We're all aware.
Okay, so that was Dave Meltzer's fucking 50 millionth dumb moment of the week.
Play us out.
So while on the topic of AEW, man, I just wanted to share with you two things before we get into the Elimination Chamber. Oh, enjoying a Modelo. Excellent. One of my favorites.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cervezas, dude.
It was a rough day at work, Doug.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to drink when I have to work the next day, but I was like, fuck this, man. I was like, I just need to relax. So I'm drinking at least 2 beers or so.
Okay. Doing your thing, man.
I
believe in 2 beers a day at least. So that's me personally. I don't know.
I'm from Wisconsin, so like, unfortunately, like, you should be doing at least 4 to 6 beers. So
yeah. If you want that proper Wisconsin beer belly, yeah. So okay, which one do you want first? Well, let's start. Well, okay, well, I don't want to shit on anybody, man, but let's just talk about Max Caster for a moment. We're on the topic of AEW. You know, this weekend,
you can shit on him.
Like, okay, this weekend had a lot of wrestling, right? We had TNA No Surrender, which we're not talking about on the show because I haven't watched it yet. The Elimination Chamber we had, and then for, like, you had Collision, Rampage, obviously, and then you have SmackDown, and then you had the MMA stuff. If you're a mark like me, you had the PFL versus Bellator unification. So they had every champion from each organization fight and unify the belts into like super belts. You know what I mean? And it was like a big crossover event. Yeah, they absorbed, like, PFL absorbed Bellator or whatever. And it was in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. And dude, man, it was awesome. But then also there was UFC in Mexico, which was not the best card. So I had to watch all that. It was a crazy filled event. So on the bottom of my list here is Collision. I didn't watch Collision or Rampage. So I might get around to it. Maybe I'll throw it on the TV while I'm tomorrow or something while I'm working or something. But I got a couple of clips. So I want to talk to you about Max Caster. Now, I brought it up on the show a long, long time ago. I definitely said on the show, Max Caster's fallen off a little bit. Like, people don't feel the rhymes as much. Like, I noticed that. Like, I don't know if they're censoring him or if he's just going through the motions, which I feel like he's just going through the motions, because you have the Acclaimed, and they're your AEW 6-man tag champs. And then their gravest enemies, like sons beating up fathers in the Guns, decide to team up with Bullet Club Gold, who are like their greatest rivals, dude. And they're the ROH 6-man tag champs. So you have now a 12-man tag, and Tony Khan's like, "Oh, this is great." He puts them in 12-man tag match. He did that. Imagine you're Jay White, dude, and this is what they have you doing. Right? Like, you're in the Billy Gunn role, helping get all these young kids over and teaching them how to work. Like, that's what Tony Khan saw in you, that you're Billy Gunn. Like, they don't need another, unless it's Road Dogg. I don't want to see anyone join this fucking group with Billy Gunn, who's a vet. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you go off with the Gun Boys and rub off on them, and Billy Gunn's rubbing off on that's the whole point of this, right? But they look at you as like Billy Gunn, Jay White. Is that what it is? Like, I don't know what happened. So you have this 12-man Bang Bang Scissor Gang team, and all the guys just look like they're going through the fucking notions. Like, I hope Juice Robinson comes back and starts kicking people in the balls and punching cocks and going, "Dude, fuck all these guys. Like, what are we doing?" But this is a terrible story. They fell off. Tony Khan completely buried these two mega over factions, and then turned BCG face for why? Because everyone enjoys them and they're heels, and you're a mark, Tony. Like, it's crazy to me. It makes no sense. And no hate on Max Caster, but he's sort of fallen off with the rhymes, and we have an example, a swing and a miss here on Collision, which I'm going to play for you guys. But first, Hairline, your thoughts on, like, them sticking the Acclaimed and Bullet Club Gold together, and who does that help? What does that do? Oh, a 12-man tag division? Like, what does...
Well, it's just crazy that Switchblade turned down fucking the WWE for this. Like, that's horrendous, bro.
He would have been the guy to beat Gunther.
Right. Yeah, dude, for real. Like, yeah, man. Like, look how they're doing fucking Jade. Look how they're doing Naomi, Look how they're doing CM Punk, So, like...
Yeah, imagine Jay White versus Gunther at this WrestleMania.
Lexus King, I can keep going, but...
Savages not to bring the fight like me against management. These guys so mad they probably see red. You gotta...
No, is that real, dude? Did he choke? No, that's gotta be gimmick. Watch that again. Did you see that, Hairline? Your thoughts on this? Did he really for real choke?
To bring the fight like me against management.
Dude, he choked.
So mad they probably see red. You gotta...
Is that a real choke?
Yeah, I think it was kayfabe.
I think it's kayfabe. Yeah, I think it's kayfabe, dude. Okay, so what are they do? Maybe so we're gonna get a heel turn from them, and then they switched roles, even though they're the ultimate baby faces with hot pink belts. Like, I don't know what Tony Khan's doing. The Acclaim need to get the fuck out of AEW, because they've done all they can. They've done all they can do there with what AEW has to offer them. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Do you agree though? The Acclaimed would be perfect in NXT right now.
Oh, this whole team should go to NXT.
Yes. And the Gun Boys would be brilliant in NXT as well, but like, just them aside, because they ain't going anywhere, I don't feel like. Just the Acclaimed, dude, they're gonna ruin you motherfuckers trying to turn you heel again for no reason. Tony has no vision. Get the fuck out of there, dude. Ask for your release. Has anyone asked for their release from Tony ever? We don't know, because NDAs, and we don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. He punched his way out of there. So did Punk. But we don't know because NDAs. We don't know because he pays them so well. So even if someone wanted out, they're probably just like, fuck it, let me get this. William Regal did as well. And then the rumors are Malachi Black, and then they won't let him go. And then all of a sudden, Tony gives him a singles match as his way of showing he listens to the fans, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, and Malachi Black having his first singles match in AEW since 2022. What do you think about that? Great. It's like, how's that guy on your roster? And he's never wrestled on Like he's not he's not your international champ. The guy's from Holland, dude. Like have him beat Orange Cassidy. What the fuck is going on? Holland, is that right?
I thought he was from
Holland, is that
Amsterdam.
even a fucking did I just say something stupid?
God, I'm a fucking mark if that's right.
He's Dutch, yeah, and he is from where was he born? He's born in Alkmaar. So we were both actually wrong, but it is the Netherlands, so we're both right about Le Region. I don't know why I thought Holland, but anyways.
PWT.
Yeah. So now I got a botch from you from Collision. So here's, I think, Bear Country, and then they're fighting. So they're in like a 12 or 8 or 6-man tag somehow with Bullet Club Gold, like Billy Gunn and Jay White are in the ring. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch. But Bear Country, one of the Bears is in the ring, and he eats this famouser. I want to play this for you, Hairline. Watch this. Did you see that? One more time. One more time. This is the now. Okay, one more time. Let me just show you this. Flat face bump. Springs up using his arms, bro. Like, just hold on. Does a full get up from a plank, looks behind himself, runs backwards 4 feet, and then does a fucking backwards bump out of the ropes. Now, I'm sorry, guys. I quote tweeted, so I looked in the responses to this. So at Triple HHH Paul L tweeted this, and Triple H's thoughts. That's a funny parody account. But yeah, so he tweeted this, and underneath people like, you know, the AEW, like if this happened in WWE, I would laugh and trash it. But people were going, oh, you mean like when HBK wrestled Hulk Hogan and was overselling? And people are literally, Hairline, calling this, going, that's how you sell for a legend like Billy Gunn. But that's not how you sell that move, dude. Like, what is this? How you sell a Faymaster, dude, to make Billy Gunn look good? Or did that just completely bury his shit? Hairline, what do you think?
Like one of the rewinds I just watched Billy Gunn, man, and it's like he's just getting out of the ring, so it's like he's going with it too. Oh yeah, you know, take the bump right here and to get you out of the ring.
Dude, how you sell that is you lay flatter than shit, and then you just roll to the outside and hit the floor, dude. You don't fucking. Or you just don't go to the outside, or you don't hit a Faymaster to go to the outside of the ring. So Hairline, you're bringing. Wait though.
Or you don't hit a Faymaster.
Yeah, just clothesline him over. Like you're like, show us the powerhouse move. Fuck. But so you think Billy Gunn was in on this because he.
Yeah. So rewatch. Okay. So rewatch.
Yeah. See, guys, Hairline. This is why you got to bring it to him because he will analyze this in a way.
Yeah, I'm a fucking dork.
You're right. Everyone's hitting moves like move out of the ring, move out of the ring. That's what this sequence is, and Billy Gunn's going. So you think Billy's like, oh, I know, I'll hit you with my Faymaster, and you go flying out of the ring. How's that sound?
He was all like, oh yeah, great.
Oh my god! Like, was someone supposed to be there to clothesline him or something, and Billy just forgot? Like, this is all I'm saying is you cannot compare this to Hogan and HBK. I tweeted out, I wrote, people trying to compare this to HBK versus Hogan. There's no hope for the IWC. I'm convinced. HBK oversold a whole match to prove the point that Hogan only looks as good as HBK lets him. This guy did this in one singular moment in time because he's an ass and it's AEW. Yeah, dude. At Pro Wrestle Times, follow me on X. That is, it's egregious though. Like, what about that bump though? Like, that's not, like, that's obviously some trash, right? What do you grade that in Meltzer stars?
Oh yeah, at least 4. It would have been 5. Oh, I don't know. I don't really have a Dave voice. Hold on. So since it didn't take place in the Tokyo Dome, 4 stars. Batman. Taylor Swift. Well, if Taylor Swift was there, it would have sold out.
Oh my good God, man. That's fucking. So, Hairline, moving along here, before we get to the Elimination Chamber and all of that, the Wrestling Observer newsletter awards came out for 2023 as voted by Dave Meltzer's fucking, whatever audience. Like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what they vote. Obviously, these are just like mark awards for the fucking.
How many marks is it?
I don't know. There's like hundreds of them, like Like
Hundreds of the worst people on earth, man.
yeah, like just message board fucking marks like we were talking about.
Hey.
And but it's
It'd
interesting
be fun to
enough.
debate them. Yeah, I would like to do that. You know
I
what I'm
will have
saying? But they
anyone on the
probably don't.
show. Anyone can come on this show and
Yeah.
tell me I'm wrong, and we can talk about it.
Us versus people would be great. I would love to do that sometime.
But the votes came in, and Tony Khan in the mud. Just kidding. Fucking John Alba. So the Wrestling Observer Newsletter 2023 Booker of the Year, as voted by Observer readers, Triple H won. Tony Khan came in second place.
Fucking
Juan
right,
Manuel
Trips.
Mar, all these people you don't know came in after. But Triple H won Booker of the Year. Nick Khan won Promoter of the Year. And WWE won, I think, Promotion of the Year. So,
oh no.
and then AEW won like Best Weekly TV Show, Best fucking, all the other little consolation prizes.
We got all these.
Yeah, that just don't fucking like all the match of the year and all this. And everyone's just pointing it out. They're like, how the fuck do you win best weekly show, best match, best this, best all that, but then you're not the best promotion? Like, it's fucking stupid. And yeah, it's WWE was king of pretty much everything if you really want to break it down. Obviously, it's just there's a wrestling boom, but AEW's not feeling the effects of it. So obviously, Tony Khan, then he responds by finally giving Malachi Black a singles match because I guess he wants to get some good favor back, rather, with the fans, however you want to word it. But either way, how do you think? I'm surprised we haven't seen a Tony Khan meltdown. But what do you think of Triple H? I guess getting their flowers from the Observer newsletter. Like Dave Meltzer had to write a letter saying, "Oh, you guys got it wrong last time." Right, if you remember last year, he had to write in his thing like, yeah, you like my readers got it wrong, like clearly WWE's ahead, but like whatever, they voted based on this and that. But yeah, WWE winning the awards, fucking, I don't know, your thoughts, man, your thoughts.
It's about fucking time they're starting to wake up, man. I know it's kind of like if you go back, like how many pods you said it yourself that like Dave's trying to just like grasp onto whatever he can because he sees the fucking writing on the wall with AEW and whatnot. So but like fuck Dave at the same time, not that he's credible or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Not
like
that
Dave
his votes
Meltzer
even matter, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And then
a bunch of
there's so much cope
finally...
and meltdown. You have fucking this guy tweeting out at King Gao or some shit. Triple H won that Booker of the Year and exposed himself as a fraud. Meanwhile, TK and AEW turned that fuck up. LMAO. And it's fucking... And then he has a picture of The Miz versus Dominic. And then next to it, he has a picture of Penta El Zero versus Hangman, Jeff Hardy versus Swerve, and Minoru Suzuki versus Edge.
No, are they acting like that match was some fucking love?
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, but bro, the fucking Dominic and Miz match had so much more meaning, build, and heat than all of those other matches combined. They all didn't mean shit. They all don't mean anything. Meanwhile, fucking Miz and Dom is setting up a WrestleMania tag team title match. You fucking idiots. Like, it's so crazy, dude.
Dummies.
And then like you see these guys like in February 27th, or pardon me, February 7th going, Tony Khan after securing 2024 Booker of the Year in March, and then like them celebrating, and it's like, what? Like, the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Nah.
Yeah, it's just like, what do you
wrong?
I don't know, man. There's just people like they're just so, it's just the cope is so crazy. And it's just funny because it's their goddamn like awards. So people. It's like, yeah, it's like that's your guys' bad to go get legit and let fucking Dave, vote on his shit or whatever, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, man. I thought that was funny, and I don't really have a hot take on that. It's just like, it is what it is before, it's just Dave is coming around people. You can't deny it. You have to give them all the consolation. Oh, best match because it had flips. Like, you just got to give them the consolation prizes so that WWE isn't just running away with a landslide of fucking clearly being the best, you know, in every fucking regard. And I don't care what anyone says. The Gunther matches are better than any AEW. Like a choppy ass Gunther match is better than anything Mox and Suzuki's doing or whatever, or Kingston.
Right.
And then Tony's such a mark. He's booking Wardlow in a, what is it, Meat Mania or some shit. A Meat Mania match.
Fuck off.
It's just like, what the fuck? Like, there's nothing about that. When Tony Khan's booking the chainsaw death match with Jeff Jarrett and all that shit, there's nothing as good at, like, that loses you automatically the year, in my opinion. If we're talking Booker of the fucking year.
So how many soda waters do you think were chucked across the room, and the tantrum and the
dude? You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. All right, man. So moving along to properly booked wrestling.
Yeah. Oh.
What's happening, Pro Wrestle Times listeners? Phil Marks here, and I just had to interrupt myself babbling for 1 second to talk about Pro Wrestle Times' affiliate partnership with Fanatics and WWE Shop. That's right, you can get your favorite WWE Superstar merch, tees, caps, hoodies. We're on the road to WrestleMania, folks. There's so much at WWE Shop, and if you use our affiliate link below, not only will you be directly supporting your favorite WWE Superstar, but you'll be supporting PWT as well, and you'll be supporting your drip. Check your reflection, it'll look like perfection. And did I forget to mention, you'll grab all the attention by clicking PWT's official WWE Shop affiliate link below and get you some digs now. Let's get back to the show. Grayson Waller was in Australia and he got mad at a reporter, right?
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, so he got mad at a reporter. Well, his good buddy, Theory, which, if you watch SmackDown, SmackDown was a pre-tape show. We don't need to talk about it. But one thing that stood out to me was Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller all are like buddies, and they're all sitting there going like, hey, yeah, look at me. Look at you. Look at me. And they're all like, I don't know. That's a great little faction there. That's a great trio. What are your thoughts on them, like, sticking those three together as kind of like...
Oh, perfect.
It works so well.
Yeah.
It works so well.
Yeah, they all play their characters great.
What do you think about this? We had Grayson Waller gets mad at a reporter when he's there with LA Knight. Now they're in Australia again, and Austin Theory's getting in a heated argument with an Australian reporter. I don't know if this is the same guy. This looks like a different guy, but he called WWE fake to him. Now Waller clearly did get heated. Maybe that was a bit of a work, but I don't think it was, because it was like some camera guy who's like, oh, I'm fucking gonna come and try and like flex on Grayson Waller or whatever. So I did think he got a little bit mad. This looks real as shit to me. Like, this doesn't look like anything fake, although it could be something fake. Who knows? But they were really trying to present Waller as like as a baby face throughout this whole Australian experience, but here is Austin Theory getting mad at a reporter. I'm just going to play you this.
What did you just say?
I mean, it's fake. Like, you know,
what do you mean? What are you
hitting each other?
Hold on a second. You brought me here and you're going to talk to me like this?
Yeah,
hey, no, man.
I mean, no.
Just because you're in charge of some shit here, man, don't mean you can talk to me like this.
I didn't mean to offend you.
You're saying what I do is easy, and you're in front of all your people in here talking about my job's easy. You couldn't walk a damn day in my shoes. Got me in here. Dude, are you kidding me, man? I'll smack the shit out of you right now. I'm not playing around.
Fuck yeah.
Don't bring me all the way here for some media, man. This guy's talking his head off, man. It's his problem, dude. What'd you just say?
Either, do you know what this stuff is, Hairline? And I'm inclined to believe the latter with how well WWE's been doing lately, like, truly. Either these are... because, okay, clearly Vince is gone and wrestlers have a little more freedom. They're allowed to grow facial hair, for fuck's sakes. They're allowed to introduce the refs' names. You don't got someone in Michael Cole's ear the whole fucking time. You can tell. Wrestlers are allowed now, you're seeing, where they are getting the chances to have a little more time off and maybe go do a little Hollywood, maybe go do a little this, as long as you can stay around. You know what I mean? Like Nikki Cross, she's on the roster still, but she's going to go get her PhD or whatever. So you don't see her all the time. She's studying, and they're willing to let her not be on the road. And when she comes back, they'll probably make her do a job, but they're affording her this life. You know what I mean? Like, WWE's really winning right now, like with their talent, with all of their business decisions. And so either these are really they told the boys like, no, protect the business, or these Australian guys really like to push it. You know, like either these Australian guys are pricks and just really like to push it, and Theory and them feel more comfortable. Like, no, I'll tell this guy go fuck himself, even though a camera's on me. So I know I won't get in trouble. Or WWE's doing all these elaborate sort of work shoots to reinvigorate that feeling of like, what's that guy's, John Stossel, like you might get slapped the fuck out by Dr. David Schultz or whatever, you know?
Yeah,
like
shit.
You might get Vader choked in fucking India, bro, and grabbed by your necktie. I think it could be that, bro, where they're working the work shoot, brother. What do you think about that? And is this a good move? Do you think it's smart?
Man, I'm just glad to hear Theory fucking stuck up for the business and whatnot, and just like tell this guy to fuck off. Like you're on my time, bud.
Yeah.
You know, had to remind him that. And yeah, I guess like to keep it bluntly, like he's lucky he didn't get fucking slapped. You know.
But what do you think about the idea of like these could be planned out work shoots by WWE where they go, okay, you and this reporter, like they talk to the reporter. Hey, would you mind if you do this thing where you say this shit's fake and then he tells you it's not fake? Because they're trying to cross over with UFC. They have WWE stars in the UFC, like at the events. The UFC camera goes to them, and then vice versa. You saw Michael Chandler on Raw snapping out, yelling, calling out Conor McGregor. How do you feel about that?
Mad.
Yeah, dude, they call him the King. He's a boxer. They showed him on screen. They had all the Netflix execs there. They're crossing over. They're having UFC people.
Big body.
What do you think? Do you think these could be kind of work shoots where maybe where they're like, dude, just get mad at this reporter, or like the reporter's in on it too? Like, hey, are you down? This clip will go viral. It'll like just let Austin say he'll smack the fuck out of you and storm out after the interview or whatever, because this keeps happening after they get interviews out of these guys. All of a sudden it's fake and they're going to slap the shit out of someone. And I don't know, man. I feel like they're just sort of, they're intentionally, WWE's working this out with these outlets who are willing to participate. Or do you just think these Australian people are pushing buttons?
I think they're just pushing buttons, man. Because like, in my opinion, if it was WWE like workshopping this, wouldn't they have a camera like of better quality?
Well, what good a quality was that though, dude? Like that was like
a phone.
Yeah, exactly. But it was perfectly shot, shot over the shoulder, perfectly clear as he's leaving the building, and there's a camera guy standing right there just snapping it.
You know what I'm saying though, like
no, I do, but like that's where bro, this is what I'm trying to say. WWE's genius because they know, no, we'll film it like a work shoot, like, oh, we caught this on camera on a cell phone. And then when it goes out, it'll go viral and it'll just get publicity on the Elimination Chamber. Oh shit, Theory was going to slap this reporter. I watch that reporter every day. You know what I mean, dude? I watch Good Morning Australia every day or whatever. And Waller was going to slap this fucking intern or whatever. You don't think that like they could, because the Waller one was the TV clip itself of the show, you know, so it was high quality. And this one was like a perfectly filmed, they're all on camera, just a cell phone happened to catch that. You don't think that's like could be what it is? And WWE or elaborately, they know that they're playing the social media game, right?
Nah, I think that was real.
Oh, you think that's a shoot? Yeah, it seemed pretty real.
Okay, my bad. Not to like, God. I mean, it's gonna sound so shitty at me, but Austin Theory doesn't really have mic skills. You know what I'm saying? And he had mic skills there because he like, you know what I'm saying? He was really pissed.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree. Yeah, he did seem really pissed.
He sounds okay. He sounds very robotic and scripted when he's trying to like cut a promo. You know what I'm saying? And like that was a real fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my argument on that. You know?
Yeah. So Hairline, man, Elimination Chamber. You said earlier you watched it a little later. I did too. I should have put money on these matches. I don't know if that's legal in Canada yet.
DraftKings. Free plug.
Yeah, because
DraftKings, Doug.
Can't you? Okay. Yeah, we should get a fucking sponsor. But the whole event though, overall, I turned on the kickoff. It was great that I was able to just fast forward to like, you know, the match or whatever, like on the kickoff. Because like sometimes sitting through them, if you watch every week, it's like that kickoff show is great for like if you don't watch every single show, you might have missed Raw, but you're watching the pay-per-view. You know, those are great. All the recap packages just sell you on the dream and what they're doing, what everyone's goal is, why everyone's involved in the matches that are on the show. It's what WWE does so well that AEW can't seem to figure out. But either way, not to make it about them, we have the Elimination Chamber in Perth. Now, Hairline, did you watch like the press conference they did with Michael Cole and Corey Graves and Waller leading up to this event?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, hey, and pretty much what's going on. Like Rhea Ripley's going to have her shining moment, And the crowd popped hard for Indy Hartwell, but yeah, your thoughts on just the event in Perth and all that shit, the kickoff.
As far as that event, yeah, man, I really do hope they like start regularly doing these. And then it was kind of cool to see like Rhea Ripley kind of break character for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't being like completely mommy. You know what I'm saying? She was kind of like marking out and like.
Yep, and that's
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I'm okay with that, I guess, from time to time, but she really deserves it. It makes me feel like she's gonna
Yeah, fuck
lose
yeah, she
that.
does.
Yeah, my homie Marty pointed out that he's like they're pushing this Rhea and Becky thing so hard, like Becky's gonna beat Rhea at Mania, like that's gonna be her feather on the cap of her career type shit, and I'm like, God damn, you're probably right, because they're giving mommy this big moment right before Mania, like she'll gladly do a job there, and there's so many long title reigns where we got to see one or two of them end at least, right? I'm thinking Roman retains.
You're
Because
totally right.
and then that's how they balance out, like Gunther will lose his belt finally, Rhea will lose her belt finally, maybe even the Judgment Day will lose their tag belts finally at Mania, but then Roman will retain. And so people will go, well, what was every belt? It's kind of genius booking, but maybe I'm wrong. But I was 100% right about this. So Hairline, Indy Hartwell getting good pops. She was on the kickoff show, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Take on Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. They just stuffed this match on last minute, I feel like, because Indy got such good pops by them just saying her name at that outdoor event like the night before that we were just talking about. So I think they just last minute booked this because it came out of nowhere.
Adam Pearce like walked up to them while they were in catering or something like that.
Right. But do you think they booked that because like the day before, and they were obviously out in Australia doing whatever, but that's the beauty of having the kickoff show that you don't like Tony Khan's kickoff show. They just overload with a bunch of matches you couldn't fit on the pay-per-view. On WWE's kickoff show, it's open. They could either do the whole thing video packages, or there might be a match if they need to get one last one that doesn't quite fit on the pay-per-view. So it's good shit. But what did you make of this match? Indy got big pops. It was the Kabuki Warriors retained, of course they were going to retain, but they had Hartwell have like a good showing. I thought Hartwell was going to turn heel on LeRae or vice versa, the way they were just standing in the ring so long before it cut away, but no. Your thoughts on this match though?
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't really have any complaints, it's like cool she got her little moment there. I am a fan of the way, so but like Asuka's out here looking like a juggalo. Kairi Sane, like they won the match and she put the belt on her head and was just like walking around the ring like that. And it was just like, man, this is so fucking absurd.
Yeah, see, I love this Joshi Stardom faction type shit they got going on. I like it.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah, so
Batman.
like I like that it's just those three in Damage Control. What do you think about Damage Control? Like Bailey and Dakota are seemingly both not in it anymore. How do you feel about that?
Ruined it.
They ruined it. I feel like this is what it should be. This is it in like its perfect Cell final form. But I think they should have just changed the name though. Like, no, we kicked Bailey and her out, and now we're not Damage Control. We're the fucking Kabuki Warriors or whatever they call themselves. I don't know, man. But yeah, the match was whatever. But I thought it was a good way to kick off the show, like for sure. Just give them a little, man. Get whoever's there invested with Hartwell. So then we get into the women's elimination chamber match. So we have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, who was stuffed in there last minute with and she's come back from her disease that she's living with. Shout out Raquel for being a fucking trooper, flying across the planet with a goddamn whatever disease that is she's been dealing with, and shout her out, man. It was good to see her back, but in more ways than one. But she actually, the rumor mill from what I've heard is she was replace Jade Cargill, who was supposed to be in this match. Because WWE's like, we can't have Jade take a pin. They did last minute decision. We're like, we not last minute, but they were like a few weeks out, a month out. They're like, we can't have Jade getting pinned yet or ever, you know? So Raquel's got to come in on this match if she's healthy. And she was healthy enough to come in, so shout her out. I mean, that could be innuendo, but we did see Jade like on SmackDown a few times, you know, scouting out all the women involved in the chamber. That's what she was doing. So, and then they had that one last woman, and I guess it was going to be Jade, but they decided not to do that. But either way, we had Liv, Raquel, Naomi, Becky, Bianca, and Tiffy. Tiffy time. If anyone was going to win this, besides Becky, I was hoping it'd be Tiffy time, but I knew that was
Goddamn
just
right.
Yeah.
My God, Doug, I'm ready to move to Australia based on that.
Dude, it just looks so beautiful there too. All of like
Yeah.
for shoot, it was like I would shoot and move there. Like it looks awesome, you know?
Dude, they were whatever fucking deal they had with these people here, they were like, "Oh, Graves, plug this shit, really put it over as a vacation spot." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they just, man, WWE is so big right now. It's fucking
It's
crazy.
ridiculous, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
But
Vince
only
has gotta
poor
be
people.
geeked
It's
out.
only good with poor people. It's only big with them, and they're not real wrestling fans. They're just, you know, people say that,
yeah.
oh, WWE fans are fans of WWE. Really? Because in WWE, the top merch sellers are the different wrestlers. When CM Punk left AEW, the number one merch seller was CM Punk, and then when he left, guess what? AEW became the number one merch seller for AEW again. And guess what you guys chant at AEW shows? AEW. Guess what no one chants at a fucking WWE show? WWE. WWE. WWE fans are fans of like lots of shit, bro. You know what I mean? AEW fans are fans of AEW. But anyways,
Yeah, that's a very good point. I've never once heard them go WWE. WWE.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is what someone
Oh
said
my
to me.
God.
Oh,
Fucking
it's not easy to say. That's not true, bro. That's cool. WWE. There you go. Anyways, so Lynch and Naomi start the match. I believe.
Oh no, it's easy to say. I'm sorry.
I believe Stratton comes out next. Morgan comes out after that. Rodriguez and Belair. That's the order because I'm going to be out of order with the little things I had to say. So Tiffy really shone in this fucking match. She was flipping around, flying elbows, fucking. She looked so good in every spot they gave her. This went from me going, yo, I don't think she's quite living up to the hype yet. Like they changed her music, I'm pretty sure, and like she's fucking, it's not quite connecting the way it was in NXT, but this was like the breakout performance she needed, I feel like, because she hit every spot. She was like one of the best in the match. Naomi really turned out. Go ahead on Tiffy. Sorry, go ahead on Tiffy first.
She's clearly listening to the pod.
Oh, for sure, dude, for sure. Yeah. And then Naomi, she was rocking it, dude, too. She, to me, was just great. I don't know,
man.
And she took the first fall. Yeah, everyone was great in this match.
Yeah.
But Naomi took the first fall, but she like really showed out in her time in the chamber before she got pinned. Yeah, and she was just, her selling was great. Everything was on point, and it really stood out to me. But mostly Tiffy, dude, like the swanton shit off the top onto everyone, crazy. The moonsault, her fighting with Becky on the top. Where do we get to? So Liv is great, but she's
apt.
Yeah, dude, she pins out Tiffy. She also got Bianca out, which put great heat on her. But when she pinned out Tiffy, I was literally like, this is bullshit, man. She's going to come back and just pin Tiffy. And then she pinned Bianca, and I went, ooh, this is huge heat. They're really heating up Liv for whatever. Like, she just pinned out both of them, and then she got pinned out. They're heating her up for whatever. They know she was going to get backlash for that shit. And so it was good booking, because now I'm like, oh, fuck Liv. And even on her return, I was kind of like, oh, fuck Liv. Like, you've been gone, and like, I ain't been missing you too much. Other than, like, she's gorgeous. I'm not shitting on her work, nothing. But WWE's just been so good where I'm like, Liv, like, I'm happy you're back. I don't know. I don't need you just shoved right in the top title picture again like she's been, but whatever. Maybe Tiffy versus Liv at Mania or something. I don't know what they're building to. Maybe I don't know what they're building towards. Bianca versus Tiffy. I don't know. Bianca looked great in the match, but ultimately the winner was Becky Lynch, who I knew the fuck was gonna be the winner. So Stratton eliminated Naomi. Naomi. Morgan eliminates Stratton. Belair eliminates Rodriguez with a huge KOD where she like really powered her up, dude. That shit was just great. The way she like
Dragon Ball Z.
bro, yeah, she like just built up to that fucking just that move. I love that move. It's like a modified burning hammer Samoan driver type mark shit. I love that. And then
Man, Bianca's got it over with me.
yeah, me too, dude. Me too. I've said it.
sure.
She's really gotten over with me. And then Morgan got out Belair, and I was like, oh shit. And then Morgan got beat by Lynch. Thank fuck. Even though like I knew it was coming. I called it 100% on the last pod on X, if at Pro Wrestle Times, folks. But yeah, your thoughts overall on the women's chamber. I thought it was a really fucking solid match. Like the women showed out at the Royal Rumble. They showed out in the chamber, dude. Your thoughts overall?
Well, first off, I just want to say I completely agree with all of Australia that it is complete bullshit that Tiffy time got ended by fucking Liv Morgan, So, like I said, I stated earlier in this pod, Liv Morgan's now the ops, Fuck that all up. Way to read the room, guys. But no, man, it was a good match, dude. It was really solid, compared to past elimination chambers. Like, I remember that. What was the first elimination chamber? The one where like fucking everyone just got murdered by Shayna Baszler.
The very first women's one, yeah, I think it was just Shayna just killed everyone.
Yeah,
and then
so
and then Morgan was all like, "Oh, I'm crazy." Or something, right? She was being all crazy in it, like
it was like Shayna Baszler murdered all of Liv Morgan's faction, Ruby Soso and fucking the Antler girl.
Yeah, dude. Oh god.
And Natty.
Oh man. So,
anyways, I'm just saying, like, it could have been that. You know what I'm saying? So it technically was dope.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I thought everyone just did really well in it, like better than I thought it was going to be. So that's probably why I'm putting it over so hard.
As a fucking Tiffany Stratton mark, it was like everything I wanted, just like hearing her get that reaction. And
she got super over from the match. Yeah. So even though she got
now
pinned
everyone's
out,
paying attention.
Yeah. But even though she got pinned out, it's like, no, she did really good. So up next, we had the Judgment Day versus New Catch Republic, and they have their new name and their new music and all this. And they come out, I mean, whatever. The Judgment Day have great heat wherever they go. We know who's winning this match. The Judgment Day, again, I called it to a fucking T. I should have parlayed this whole fucking card. But yeah, this match was what it was. I tweeted out like it went too long. I felt like it went just too long. Not like it wasn't like the worst shit ever, but it was just kind of like, yeah, it's gone on. We know what's happening. But and then the ref throwing Dom out, that got me back into it sort of. I was like, okay, but then it just kept kind of going, and I was like, fuck, man, like you got the crowd, you gotta get them while you got them. But the crowd was still hot for the finish, and it put New Catch Republic over pretty well, but. Like, they're not going to dethrone Judgment Day. We know that. We knew that the whole time. So the little schmozzes, Judgment Day healing, doing their thing. It was good. It was a solid match and they were booing Dominic out the fucking building, dude. Oh, they piping the booze. Ah, poor people. Yeah, the finish was solid though. Like there was a couple. Like I knew they weren't going to win, but there was a couple false finishes where I was like, "Oh, New Catch, they're keeping it interesting at least." But they're not going to win. But shout out this new tag team. They work well together. Of course, Dune and Pete Dunne and Butch, or Bate Butch. That used to be his name. But yeah, man, Judgment Day doing their thing, but their reign's got to come to an end soon. I feel like it's got to be close. We got to see some belts change here soon. But your thoughts on this match? It was a good match to be on the pay-per-view, I guess, but like, I don't know.
They really kicked each other's asses, man.
Yeah. Oh, and Priest's botch. People are like, this is such a horrible botch. Da da da. I don't know. He stumbled and recovered.
He's a big guy wrestling against fucking cruiserweights, guys. Knock it off. Get out of here.
It was a bad botch, but he just tried to recover as best he could. Like, it wasn't as bad as that bear guy flopping, standing up, running backwards, and flipping out of the ring.
No, but that was like Shawn Michaels.
Okay, anyway, sorry. Yeah, your thoughts on the match.
No, yeah, it was a decent match, man. But I agree with your tweet, like you said. It was too long of a match. What did Finn Balor do to his hand at the end? I don't know if you caught that.
It looked like it was purpling or redding up or whatever, dude, and he fucked his hand up, man. He fucking landed on his hand or something like that. I don't know, but
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about him being like injured or anything like that. So hopefully he's all good. You know what I'm saying? So moving along, we have the men's chamber match. And once I didn't know if this would be last. I thought it would be last, but I was so happy that they put the women's world title on last. Like Rhea deserves that, you know? That was really cool. And they don't do that type of shit like all the time. I don't know. It was well deserved, man, especially after her reign. The men's elimination chamber match, though, was the co-main event, and we had, or pardon me, I'm skipping. Before that, though, we had the fucking Waller effect. I'm skipping over a whole fucking segment here. So we had actually the Waller effect. When was
it was before. Had a shoeing, bro. Well, like, let's just work, shoot here, work. This is the Bleacher Report that fucking fucked this up.
Yeah, that
like,
I'm following. I should have
just scroll down.
Yeah,
Let's see what's next.
Well, they have the men's chamber, but then they go the wall. Okay, so it's the Waller effect first. Editing Phil,
All
fucking
right,
Bleacher
here we
Report.
go.
Put this shit in order. I should just make the note of it. But anyways, it was the goddamn Waller effect. Bow, 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 bow. Say so when I lay low. Hey, yo, with the
God, he was over as fuck.
dude. Yeah, they loved him in Australia. They loved him.
Yeah, Australia, man.
Yeah, Australia. So, but yeah, Waller's cool, I guess, in Australia. He's still healing good. Theory is doing his thing, so he comes out, and they book this great so that Waller, they could set up the Waller effect, but then, and promote it that way, but then have Waller have his entrance, you know, with Theory standing out there and healing and going, this is Austin Theory live, and then Waller's music hits and he gets the pop. It was booked great, but then Cody and Seth come out. Basically, they're confirming we have this fucking tag match against Rock and Roman. That's pretty much what, on night one.
If you need me, bro.
Yeah, and then Cody also says, "Hey, Rock, anytime you want it, we can get a singles match too. Like, I'm ready for you." So I believe this was more actually setting up both things. Like, dude, the Rock's like, we're playing the long game. We're gonna get Rock versus Cody, Rock versus Seth, Rock versus Roman, Roman versus Cody, Roman versus, like, we're gonna get all these matches. Like, we just set up a year or two worth of WWE with the Cody crybabies crying over Cody. So, yeah, this overall segment was really good. I just think, oh yeah, and then also on the way to the ring, Waller did a shoey with Tai Tuivasa, UFC heavyweight fighter. Tai Tuivasa.
Tell me about that guy.
He's just a dope Australian who does shoeys after and before, like after his fights, and he does shoeys with people, and he fucking knocks people the fuck out, and he's awesome.
He had those golden shoeys. It was like a special shoey.
Yeah, what were those? Like the Trump shoes? What were those?
Those did look like the Trump shoes.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? Those Trump shoes are pretty fly, though. Can't even lie.
$300.
Yeah, if you're an asshole, you'd look pretty fly wearing those.
Hey, okay, hold on. You do the voices better than me. Do Donald Trump trying to appeal to the ghetto with those shoes.
My god! Listen. It'll
No,
be.
come on. You got it.
Listen. Listen. I have a new sneaker. And it's great. It's great. I told my colleagues, I said, look,
the blacks love
this will be hot in the streets. Ask Ben Carson. Ask him. Ask Oprah. We've gone to the lake house together. It was great. One time we had Christmas at my house, and I showed her these gold shoes, and I said, look, Oprah, these will be the next biggest shoes.
The blacks love me.
The blacks love me, okay?
That's what he said.
Oh my god, dude.
What a fucking goof. All right, anyway,
how funny is that's what your presidents are going to be, is Trump or Biden again? That's fucking hilarious.
Oh god.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Dude.
You're so lucky.
I'm not though, dude, because we got Trudeau, and then we got this Poilievre guy, and our parliament's very like fucking, like, it's very European, dude. Like, you guys are fucking like Trump and Biden. Like, your news is like, oh, I don't even want to see Trump debate. They don't even need to debate. Like, you guys are trying to avoid debating and shit. For us, we get in parliament, and it's you and your homies sitting on one side, and then the prime minister and his other homies, and then you all argue face to face, and everyone claps and cheers for each other like it's a fucking like it's a pro wrestling event, dude. Like it's like, oh, you fucking, like it's a roast battle. Like you go, oh well, like they just talk shit straight to each other. So we are lucky in that regard, but like the guys we have doing it are just, it's literally South Park Canadians flapping their fucking heads. Like it's just,
Oh, hey, buddy.
yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, though, back to the Eliminator. Enough about the fucking politics.
So the golden shoes.
Yeah, the golden shoey, Tai Tuivasa. Watch out for the shoe, I guess. Tony Storm. Imagine timeless Tony Storm on this fucking watch out for the shoey on this card. Would have been crazy. But anyways.
Okay, hold on. Quick to pivot off of that. It's going to be so dope when fucking Tony comes back over to WWE and she has Luther with her. And like,
they won't sign Luther, guy. They'll just make Robert Stone do that. Fucking Robert Stone will be the butler or whatever. Fucking Drake Maverick or whatever. So anyways, the men's chamber.
It's like fucking.
Yeah, so anyway. The men's chamber, or whatever, Waller effect. That was the Waller effect, guys. The men's chamber. The men's chamber.
That was the Waller effect / politics / Tony Storm.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'll clip it.
The picture. I can't wait to see the picture.
So the guys come out. What's the order? So I think KO comes out first, and then I think Lashley second. He's really over, man. It's fucking.
Yeah, he is. It's epic.
He's got longevity, and he's just over. Then I think Orton comes out, and then you have McIntyre comes out. Who's going to win the match? I said he was going to win the match. What the plan was, once Punk got hurt, they just went back to the original plan. Drew's going to beat Rollins at night 1 of WrestleMania. That's what's going to happen. But anyway, or night 2, whatever night they do that. Probably night 2, actually. Maybe not night 2 if Roman's going to retain. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But McIntyre's going to win the world title. Yeah, the plan was always for him to win the world title. But then when Punk came back, he got backburnered again. But then when Punk got hurt, they just went back to Drew is going to beat Seth. McIntyre and Knight start the match. They save LA Knight's entrance for last because he's over as fuck and the crowd erupts as shit and we all want to see him win. I'll read the eliminations again like the last match and then we'll kind of give our thoughts just on this and that. So McIntyre eliminated Lashley. McIntyre eliminated LA Knight. Orton eliminated Owens. Orton eliminated Paul. McIntyre eliminated Orton. So Owens and Paul didn't eliminate anyone. McIntyre and Orton eliminated everyone. So just keep that in mind, guys. But LA Knight got eliminated by the ultimate hater shit. AJ Styles flew across the planet to do a run-in while fucking Lashley was taking 8 hours to get out of the fucking ring. And the door's wide open and the refs are all stooges. And fucking AJ runs in, beats the fuck out of Knight with a chair. Styles clashes him, tries to kick a ref, and the ref like no-sells it. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
What was that? What the fuck happened there, dude? Yeah, dude.
I don't know what happened.
He just AEW'd it up right there out of nowhere. So, and then he fucking hits the Styles Clash. McIntyre drapes his arm on Knight after McIntyre hit a BFT. He gets him out, man. And I was like, holy shit. But that was great heat on AJ. And AJ is versus LA Knight at WrestleMania. Yeah, big match, man. Fuck what anybody's got to say. That's a big match for LA Knight's probably going to go over on AJ, you know? So that's great for... Has LA Knight ever had a WrestleMania match before? No? Oh, great. Well, I know it's not for the world title or for the United States title, but...
No.
Fucking big match, you know? So...
Yeah, AJ is technically a vet.
He's like the Shawn Michaels sort of our era as far as like... selling and just like his style of work and everything. But anyways, but before that, McIntyre was eliminated clean by Lashley with a straight up, Lashley was eliminated by McIntyre clean with a straight up Claymore kick. So that was dope. But Lashley came into it with the hurt arm. That's the storyline. So Orton eliminates Owens with a fucking RKO after a little sequence. I know you like that, Hairline. Reversals and shit. Orton hits the RKO out of nowhere. Logan Paul gets eliminated by Orton. What did Paul do again? Like how was he eliminated? Do you remember the spot?
So he was like, it was awesome, dude. It was like an anime. He took his fucking
nuts out.
He took his nuts out, and he was all like, oh!
And he was pumping it up,
and RKO'd him.
And then RKO out of nowhere pins him out. Genius. And
Yeah, it's such a good. I can't, dude. I was thinking about it this morning at work. I was all like, "Man, Logan Paul versus Randy Orton's gonna be a
at
good fucking
Mania, and I
match."
called it.
Yeah,
I
dude.
said it. I
Yeah,
was like, dude, it's good. They're gonna set that up because that's a big money match, and Paul can beat Orton, and that's like, and Paul, we just got to put him over. He's putting in his work in the business. He's on
yeah, it's
SmackDowns.
awesome.
He's on the tape shows. He's so great at selling. He gets it. He just everything, the entrance, the match, the psychology, the selling. My biggest criticism of him for so long was like, he's not so long, just a while, was like, he's just got to work on his selling. He's got the selling down. His video, as he comes to the ring, his entrance video isn't just like his name with graphics. It's like an old school wrestling video of him beating people up, like old wrestling videos used to be. It's him like hitting his finisher and shit on people. That's fucking old school. Like, you can tell he studies old wrestling. He just gets it. He must be studying this game, because there's no way, I don't know, like, why is he the only one with that kind of Tron? Because he clearly requested it or whatever, right? Like, he's got some input on that, obviously. But yeah, man, just putting over Logan Paul. Rookie of the year, one of the best to ever catch on like Kurt Angle.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, without question, man. So
I love that he fucking that chubby stick figure he drew and like wrote Kevin sucks.
oh, dude, on the chamber, like no one's ever done that.
Yeah,
Like, fucking
yeah,
just those little things, man. He's
yeah.
just so good.
Genius.
And
Yeah, man, it's nuts.
he was born to do this for real. Anyways, so McIntyre, and dude, when he becomes the biggest sorry, one last thing. Paul, dude, when he eventually is babyface as well, he's gonna be so fucking over. It's gonna be crazy, dude. When he is babyface one day.
Yeah, not the Prime fucking sponsorships. This would be nuts.
So McIntyre eliminates Orton as well.
Yeah, it was a good ending. It was a lot similar to the women's ending where you know what I'm saying, bang, bang, boom, done.
Yeah, so take us through it. Like, what was the sequence, if you will?
Well, yeah, like I said, Logan Paul was having his anime moment, going almost charging up, and then Orton RKO'd him, and then fucking Orton got fucking Claymored. Um, real quickly here, I want to say, man, Orton phenomenal back selling throughout this match. Like fucking
Yeah.
this was like one of Orton's best like matches wrestling psychology wise, in my opinion. Like just the way he was selling the back and like I don't know, man, fucking great. You know, old school traditional wrestling shit
Yeah.
is what Orton pulled off. You know,
Especially after his big injury, you know? That's what he's got to do. So then McIntyre, though, wins the fucking chamber, dude. So what do you think about that? We're going to get Drew versus Seth, and I assume Drew's going to get his real Mania moment in front of a big crowd and beat Seth like he deserves.
yeah, man. You know, I'm a huge Drew fan, so like I'm all about all of this, dude. And like ultimately, it's gonna be great when fucking Drew's still the champ and Punk comes back and takes it from him. You know, so
Yep.
all excellent.
Excelente. So Rhea Ripley took on Nia Jax in the main event. I'm so glad they saved it for last. You know, Nia Jax actually born in Australia. She was born in Sydney, believe it or not.
She
So,
said that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
she was all like, the greatest thing my parents ever did was move me to fucking Los Angeles or whatever,
Yeah.
San Diego or whatever. Some fucking the snobby part of California.
yeah. Yeah, man, this match was just two Gaiju women, sort of, but Nia Jax was just dominating Rhea, beating her down, and it's not normally that you see Rhea getting beat down like this. During the match, my girl goes, is this even fair? Like, this is two different weight classes of women. She's like, how is this even a fair match? And I was like, yo, in fairness, Rhea fucking does this to every girl all the time, you know, every other woman, so this is her time to get, yeah. So
Did you catch how Graves fucking snitched the winner earlier on? And he had to be
No.
like, oh, yeah, earlier on he was all like fucking Becky versus Rhea Ripley. And then like a second later he was like, oh, I just got a text from fucking Nia Jax. And she was all like, you better take that back, Graves, because I'm gonna beat her tonight. And it was all
it's
like,
just
damn.
they pulled the AEW by having Becky win the Rumble, I feel like. Or I mean by not having Becky win.
AEW.
Yeah, they pulled it because Becky should have won because Io and Bailey could just fight regardless because of their goddamn relationship. And Becky, that's how you don't stooge the ending to this match. Because Becky's just always would have been there as she's just going to fight the women's world champion, either Nia or Rhea, because she has beef with both of them. You know, that was the way to do it. But they're just pushing this Becky Becky's getting the Cody Rhodes push here. But anyways,
I don't know, man. I kind of pop for her though. So
I do too. She's super over, but dude, it's just that like they stepped on their own dicks because we all knew it was Rhea versus Becky at the goddamn WrestleMania. Yeah. We fucking knew it. And if they had Becky just win the Rumble, then it would have fucking been, the stories both would have been there still, you know, and then it would have made more sense this match. But either way, they AEW'd themselves with this one. I have to critique it that way, but it was still a solid match. And just kind of two good gaijus. It looked like fucking one of Ripley's piercings got ripped out of her fucking head. I don't know. It looked like it at one point. Like, I don't know. There was some shoot work, a little blood in there, I thought. But either way, she hits the Riptide, big power bomb. 1, 2, 3, huge pops, huge elation. Everyone's going wild. And she deserves it, man. Super mega over. Her family's all there. And this just tells me more that Becky's beating her at the fucking WrestleMania, because you don't get a moment bigger than this. You don't get two of these in 2 months, you know? So your thoughts on this event and just Rhea Ripley's win.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just smiling the whole time for this match because it was all like Rhea deserves this, and as you know, I'm a huge Judgment Day fan. So like, some wrestlers don't even get this moment.
No, never.
So, like, right.
Never in a career.
But I think ultimately, though, it's like I'm gonna have to agree with what fucking your buddy said. Like, clearly, yeah, she is gonna be losing the belt to Becky here with how fucking savage that was, you know.
Yeah, I would say this wasn't like, oh, the greatest pay-per-view of all time, and it was very predictable, at least on my end. It still was still a fun ass time, and what I really enjoyed was like I avoided all the social medias, and then I whipped it on during the day. You know, now I know that so Philly is in Eastern time zone, right? What time is WrestleMania going to be? Because it seems like it's
5.
It's going to go later. Like for me, it'll be like a later thing than even normal. And then I got to do that 2 nights in a row. So not that I won't be hyped for it, but I just like being able to watch that shit during the day for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It was just kind of dope, like watching it way earlier. But overall, man, the event was really good. We'll give it a round of applause because now. And everyone's saying, like, oh, it's going to be Rock and Roman. Why would you go to Australia? And John Alba, the schmarmy fuck. Well, you would just go to Australia. Schmarmy fucks everywhere. And going like, oh, fed in the mud. Like, that's what Alba quote tweeted Sean Ross Sapp and showed a picture of AEW or WWE with a tarped off part next to the entranceway at Chamber. And he went fed in the mud. And I was like, dude, you're just toxic weirdo. Yeah, I unfollowed him. I was like, that's just such toxic weird. This is what gives these people fuel, these weirdos. But I don't know, man. Like, you didn't need The Rock on this card. You didn't need Roman on this card. You needed these people. You needed
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, exactly. They sold 50,000, and it's the UFC approach. It's their first time in the market, so they just break it open. Now, the next time they go, they'll have a Punk or a Roman, and it'll be fucking even bigger. But it's called not hotshot booking; it's the long play, and you guys are all just hotshot booking. That's why you enjoy fucking the hotshot booking of AEW. But
it's going to be what they did with Saudi, you know, all over again.
Yeah. So the last thing, though, I want to play you putting over Rhea Ripley is Rhea Ripley's emotional little 2-minute moment here of Rhea Ripley's just emotional WWE exclusive little what she's got to say about her big moment in time.
Rhea, I can't imagine the whirlwind of emotions you've experienced this past week. Coming back to your home country of Australia, all the media appearances, reuniting with your family, and then in the main event of Elimination Chamber, successfully defending your women's world title. How special is this night to you?
It's hard to put into words exactly how special this is, to be honest. I'm still so taken back by the crowd reaction, actually seeing my family out there, and
she's crying.
Honest, at the very end, when I had that extra time to myself, I let it fully soak in, and it's funny because I had a weird flashback of my last match here in Australia, and I defended my title. Then I left champion because mommy's always on top, you know. But I remember sitting in the middle of the ring and soaking it all in and soaking up the crowd and just letting them in and letting them affect me in a way that I don't really try and let them affect me. And I did the same thing tonight without even meaning to, and it just gave me that flashback, and it was a real wholesome moment for me. It really was. I hate getting teary on camera.
It's okay.
And
We appreciate it.
no worries.
Yeah, just like not even
you gotta
gimmick
see
work
every
here.
single side of mommy, so.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I
let
was
all
saying,
this
man.
soak in
You know,
and
yeah,
digest.
she's
I
like
do
just
have to
being
ask,
herself. Not,
We now
not
know
much.
that Becky
Yeah.
Lynch is going to be your opponent at WrestleMania. Any thoughts on your future challenger?
Let's fucking go.
Everyone in the Elimination Chamber did exceptionally well. They all put up such a fantastic fight. I was watching very, very closely. I think heading into WrestleMania against Becky Lynch is a real bucket list moment. I've nearly knocked off everyone in the Horsewoman, and Becky's the last one. I haven't stepped in the ring with her since NXT, and it was, you know, DQ'd by Shayna Baszler, so we've never had a finish to our match. So I think it's very fitting that it happens at Mania, and I hope that Becky is ready. Otherwise her nightmares are going to become a reality, and Mummy's going to end up on top just like she always damn does.
Rhea, once again, congratulations, and please enjoy your celebration with your family.
I will. Thanks, Byron. Cheers.
So fucking shout her out, man. So coming out of Chamber as the road to WrestleMania stamps on, and you know this is like my favorite time of the goddamn year. But yeah, so quickly just what the match card is shaping up to be, what we can predict it looks like. So we got Roman Reigns, Cody, night 2 confirmed. We got Rollins, Drew McIntyre confirmed. We got Rhea versus Becky confirmed. We got Io Sky versus Bayley confirmed. And we pretty much know that Orton is going to take on Logan Paul. We pretty much know that AJ Styles is going to fight LA Knight. And we pretty much know that The Rock and Roman are going to have a tag match against Cody and Seth probably on night 1. Your thoughts on that WrestleMania and the outlaw, like, just what are you hyped for this WrestleMania? Is this getting like, okay, we're missing CM Punk on this Mania. We're missing Brock Lesnar on this Mania. Is this living up to the hype for you?
Yeah, oh yeah, man. It's gonna be a great fucking WrestleMania. It was a great elimination chamber. WWE's firing on all cylinders right now.
So, like, is anything, there's no part of you that's like, fuck, man, but no Punk or Brock. Like, goddamn, it's going to leave a big hole in star power. Or you just think, man,
yeah, I don't really care that Brock's not going to be there, obviously. So, like, but like, obviously, it's not Hairline Wrestling Federation. So, like, Brock is a draw, you know.
Yeah. And then what about Punk though? Like missing him, you're not like, fuck, dude, it ruined everything. His big comeback.
Okay, I don't want to say it ruined everything because I'm super geeked to see Drew fucking reign as champ, and it's gonna be fucking great. Like the little bit of building, like they got between Punk and McIntyre while he was back was great, dude. So like,
Yep.
I'm excited to look forward to that. Obviously, I want Punk there, but like,
Yeah.
what would have been Punk versus Rollins? Like, I don't know. We can milk it out a little bit. If we can wait 600 years for Cody versus Roman, we can fucking
Yeah,
you know.
dude. And the thing is like Punk versus Rollins is always there. Like that match
Right.
doesn't even need a belt for it to have heat. So now you got Punk versus Drew. So you got 2 matches between Drew and Rollins. Punk versus Drew. You got Punk versus Rollins. That's all great shit, pal. Yeah, that's great shit, pal. I booked this all before I left. This was all my doing. My genius plan.
God.
Do we have to retire the Vince impression now that people? No, I think
Oh,
it makes it funnier now. I think it makes it funnier. Yeah, and we always made him look like an ass anyways. That was always the gimmick. So it's just like, it is what it is. Also, it's looking like though we might get like the Awesome Truth, Miz and Truth versus Judgment Day, and those will be the guys to take the titles off of Judgment Day. How do you feel about that?
Hold on. Not to like answer your question with another question, but what Money in the Bank's the pay-per-view after Mania, right? So like,
Is it Money in the Bank or is it Backlash in Paris?
fuck.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, I am right. So I don't know.
But like, he's running out of time to cash in, bud.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for
And
sure.
so what? He's cashing in on fucking Drew.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I think either that or it's like a big swervity swerve, and it comes out of nowhere where I could see Priest fucking around and trying to cash in at Mania during the Cody Roman shit where we just all did not see it coming at all, and then him fucking things up and Roman retaining somehow. Like he turns it to a triple threat and then Roman fucking pins Priest or some shit. Remember how Rollins turned it to a triple threat the one year with Brock and Roman?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best, but
I know, but that's how you keep Cody, because I feel like Roman's leaving with the belt, dog. So how do you keep Cody without people going, oh, he got pinned again? You do some weird shit where,
no, he needs to get pinned again.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a
Listen,
bad booking idea, but I think Priest
hold
is
on.
going to cash it in and fuck it up. I think that's what this is all building towards.
The Cody crybabies are gonna cry regardless. So
Yeah.
like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I think like however Priest cashes it in though, it leads to him leaving the Judgment Day or like question, like being like, nah, fuck this. Like they'll fuck him up during his cash in to where it's like him versus Finn now. Because that's got to happen at some point. Yeah.
Right. Or the other option, like I said, is he beats Drew McIntyre, but like I don't know if that's like right yet,
No, unless they do that, like Drew just has like a really short reign at Mania, and then Priest just cashes in on him at like fucking Backlash or on like a Raw or some shit. Like
Right.
something like that where they
the
give
Raw
Drew
after we had
yeah, like they give Drew his moment, but then it gets stolen from him again. Who knows?
Yeah, God, that's his story.
Yeah. But then it seems like we'll also get Jimmy versus Jey Uso. So finally, that's a great match. Elevates Jimmy. And then it seems like we might get Andrade and the LWO versus Legado del Fantasma, but we don't know. Like that could happen maybe before Mania or on the Mania card. And then obviously Gunther has to fight someone for that IC title. Some people think it might be Sami Zayn, or Sami Zayn could be put into a triple threat with Drew and Seth somehow, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, so just your thoughts on those like matches that, like, what do you think about like Jimmy and Jay? Like that's a great little thing. And then like this
yeah, man, it's a good fucking. I don't mean filler, but it's a good filler match as far as the Mania card, like to keep people invested and like like it's a hyped up match without a belt being involved, so that's a positive.
And hopefully like Sammy's not just left off of everything,
Right.
I don't see him beating Gunther, but people think Sheamus is going to come back and beat Gunther.
I also see that Sheamus might be all elite confirmed. So
yeah, that'd be fucking.
But okay, hold on, let's break.
You would never do that, dude. Oh my god, like.
Oh shit, yeah, I gotcha.
What makes you think fucking Sheamus would do? Like, what makes anyone think he would do that? Like, I just don't get it. Same with Dave. He's like, well, Drew technically hasn't re-signed. It's like you don't know that. A and B, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? He's not. WWE.
The logical hairline agrees that Sheamus would never do that to the WWE.
My word. Okay, so Hairline. That was our show. Yeah, look at
I own you. I got you in that Ninja Turtle movie, pal.
Yeah, I own you for life. You were credited as Sheamus, playing Rocksteady. And I invented the Ninja Turtles. God damn it. I want back in the company. God damn it. Oh, man. What a time, man. What a time. But, yeah, the road to...
no, sir, it seems everyone's aware that you pooped on that girl's head. What?
What? Get Chris Jericho in here.
Get
Jericho, what happened?
Jericho, what did you do?
What happened to this whole NDA debacle? I'm in an NDA debacle. I hear you know something about this.
Jericho, you got any advice?
Well, Vince, unfortunately, we have to consult with my new boss. His name's Tony. Tony, come here. What? I need you to talk to Vince McMahon. His name's Tony Khan. What? Nick Khan? No, Tony Khan.
Yeah, Nick.
Never heard of him before. Let me talk to him.
Hello.
Oh, Vince, I'm a really big fan. I've been to SummerSlam and I've been to WrestleMania, and I buy a VIP box every time you guys come to Jacksonville. Well, you're just some goddamn mark. What do you know about the business? the pro wrestling business. We're not in the wrestling business. We're in the entertainment business, kid. Well, if these cage match ratings are any indication, I can help you book WrestleMania if you want. Get this fucking Mark the fuck away from me. Nick Khan, get your little brother the fuck out of here. That was another edition of PWT Pro Wrestle Times, folks. Round of applause for yourselves. Myself and Hairline. Folks, thanks for rocking with us. We're going to try, like I said, get you more and more and more shows. We got something with Marv coming out maybe this week, maybe the week after. I still haven't decided yet. But yeah, love you guys so much. At Pro Wrestle Times everywhere that there's social medias. The patreon.com/Pro Wrestle Times. That's the best way to get shouted out on the show. And there is some bonus content up there. You get early access to the pod and all of that. But as of lately, it's just a very great way to support. And then you can get more PWT where we don't have to sell you fucking like Hairline wants to sell you DraftKings or fucking ball shavers or whatever. They got mortgages, whatever. No shots at anyone. You got to pay the bills. But, you can
yeah, for sure. Like plug your ass off. But like when you're plugging your own company's like what insurance or whatever.
For like 17 minutes, it's like, yeah. Dude, run a 60-second, like I run the WWE shop ad. I try to make it funny, and I fucking do it, and it's literally 60 seconds or less. So, not diminishing. If I could, I'd sell you guys ball shavers too, but it would just,
but like, I don't need health insurance or home insurance or whatever the fuck from Conrad Thompson.
Or I'm going to bring you more content. Like no matter what, you guys will get a PWT something with no ads or limited, maybe just a little WWE shop plug or quick personal plug of anything, projects I might have going on or something like that. That'll be it. But either way, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, leave 5 stars. That's the free way to support. If you want to chuck us 99 cents on Pro Wrestle Clips, where the live shows are coming, toot sweet, you guys can do that and get early access to that shit. And then also after the live streams go live, they'll probably be members only. After that, YouTube's weird, but it makes sense, and it's all for the growth of PWT. Yeah. So thank you so much for rocking with us. Yeah, I mean the next time, I'm sure so much more shit's gonna go down in the world of wrestling, but shit's kind of quiet right now until WrestleMania kicks off, I think. But we know Tony Khan or Dave Meltzer are gonna do something stupid in the meantime. So, folks, in that time, love each other, hug each other, drink lots of water, be kind. And give you guys I should shout out the patrons though. Speaking of patreon.com / Reggie Rodriguez, Mark the Mark, Ashley V, Russ Paxson, Chris Killis, Cruz Madrid. Yeah. I'm your boy Phil Marks. I was here and now I am out. And this has been your boy Hairline. He was here and now he's out as well.
My God, I've been spending my summer working in the mall at this ice cream parlor, fucking listening to hold on, listening to fucking Russian espionage. God.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna find Will.